Hello, everyone. So today I get to speak to my friend Tanya about her experiences in the online teaching world. She tells us a little bit about how she's managed to get from zero to hero in a short amount of time. But I really just love her mind. I love her insights and the way she thinks about teaching. Join us. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Today I am here with the lovely Tanya. She's going to be telling us about her experience as a teacher. She's going to be giving us a few pointers and tips, and we might get to hear a little bit of something else that she's busy working on. But I'm really, really excited to introduce Tanya to you guys. Here she is. Hello, Tanya.
Hello, Lula.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yay, very good. Okay, so let's get started. Tanya, how did you get into online teaching, or what made you just decide to start?
Um, it's been well, to be honest, it's something that I've played around with for a while. I have some friends that do this, and yes, I've always found I was intrigued by it. Yeah, but you know how we are. We put it off and we put it off. I don't have time and everything. So I also have a small business, so I just thought I'm not gonna have time to do that. And then yeah, COVID hit, and I had all the time of the world. So yes, I started, and yeah, I think I enjoyed it much more than I anticipated. Actually, I think yeah, I love doing it. I always thought I might like it, but I really, really, really like it very much.
That's
Love it.
amazing. Very good. Thank you so much, Tanya. And how do you feel now that you've been an online teacher for a while? I know COVID has kind of well, at least lockdown has kind of come to an end, so you're able to run your business again as well. How's that working out for you?
Yeah. No, really, I mean, I think keeping busy. I like to be busy. I like challenges, and yeah, it has been quite a challenge to run both of it. But I enjoy it very, very much. I've good people doing my other business, so I'm confident leaving them and only having me check up.
Excellent. Very good. And what do you think you've gained from this experience so far?
Oh, what have I gained? So much. I think no, it's just like I said. I think they're going to say, "Oh, this woman just says everything is wonderful," but it really has been. I think if we could really actually realize the difference that we are making in other people's lives. When I started with this, I wanted to make a difference. I prayed about it, and I'm a religious person also. So I prayed about it, and I said, Lord, when I do this, I really want to impact people's lives. I don't want to sit here and just blah 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 blah. I want them that when they interact with me, there has to be a difference. I need to enrich, I need to help. And really, I love doing it. And sometimes, like I told you now before we started, I do sit here and think, do I even know what I'm doing? Or are these children even learning anything? Or do they even hear me? But then one day they just, oh no, this and this and this, and you just realize, oh, they did listen. And there is actually I did make a difference. I taught for a school, or I am teaching for a school, but I was getting up at 3 every morning, and I'm tired, so I moved my schedule around a bit, so I don't have to teach that early in the morning, so I can do more lessons during the day. And I think where I really realized what difference we are making is when I had to say goodbye to one of my students. And this little boy, he was just crying and crying and
Oh,
crying and crying. And I was sitting here, and I was like, I felt like crying eventually because we could just
Oh.
not even do a lesson. He was just crying. And then I said, well, his father eventually said, I think we need to stop the lesson. And I was like, listen, if it means that I have to get up earlier in the morning, and this is the only time that this boy can have his lessons, I'll get up earlier. It's fine. I'll do that. But luckily we managed to get something that's working for both of us.
Oh,
So I
awesome. Oh,
so I
shame.
think when yeah, he's so cute. He's so cute. They all are, but he really is. He was just so cute. And I think it's then when we realize, I mean,
Yeah.
somewhere along the line, I'm doing something that's okay. You're making a difference.
Of course. That's so beautiful. I love stories like that. That's happened. I think it's happened to most teachers, especially if you change companies and stuff. But it is so sad because you
Oh,
really you get such great connections, or you make such great connections with your students. So when you have to leave them, then you're like, oh, I hope their new teacher is able to teach them. You
yes.
know?
So I hope they like her, or she's kind, or
Yeah,
whatever. But I mean,
exactly.
most of them are. I mean, you're not going to be here and be a miserable old hag. I mean, you're going to be nice.
That's true. That is true. That's that, yeah. And Tanya, what do you think are some things that maybe were challenging for you, or difficult to go through in regards to online teaching?
Well, I think one of the big things was the perception that's
Mm-hmm.
out there with um, online teaching, your TEFL certificate or everything. I think there's a big thing that's going around, like you can teach anywhere, you can do it in your own time. I think a lot of people think, oh, I have an hour or whatever, I don't have anything to do. Oh, I've done this TEFL certificate, I feel like making a few big bucks. That's also another perception, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm going to switch on my laptop and quickly go into A for Apple, B is for book, and then they're good to go. Which it's not like that.
Yeah.
I think, like also this is a lot of hard work. It
Mm.
is not really a teach from anywhere, anytime, anything kind of job. I mean, you are quite set in your schedule.
Yeah.
So yes, that was something that I had to get used to. I think that the perception that's out there is that's not really the case. And then
Mm-hmm.
another thing also, I think a lot of people believe that once they've done this, they would first of all just be offered a job like
Yeah.
this. And then also, I mean, this thing of, oh, you can easily, I mean, I think this morning I saw an ad, earn $2,000 a month
Oh, I saw
teaching
the same
online. I
one.
was like, yeah, you
Yeah.
saw that? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I want to go there. Where is this? I and reality is it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that way. But um, I think if you are starting out, I think you need to be grateful. I'm not saying that you have to work for peanuts or anything, but I
Yeah.
mean, hours do add up, dollars
Mm,
do add up eventually.
definitely.
And if you look at it as not like just a side hustle, if you
Mm,
take this thing and you look at it as a job, I need to, work. I need to get
yeah.
myself out there. I need to brand myself. I need to market myself. I need to up my game.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Up my game, because there are a lot of us. I mean, like these couple of weeks, I've really realized they are an enormous amount of online teachers.
Yeah.
And you can't just be like the guy next to you or
Yeah.
the the next intro video. You need to stand out.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we need to keep learning, keep striving to be better and better all the time. I don't think there's a peak. I don't think you hit it and you're like,
No.
okay, I'm a good teacher, or I'm the best
Mm-mm.
teacher. I think you
Mm-mm.
there's always things that are changing, new platforms, new ways of doing things, new research. So it's like a normal, it's like a normal job where you have to keep growing in that specific direction to stay relevant and stay
Yes,
Good.
unless you're happy with only being at the till for the rest of your
Yeah.
life and just
Yeah,
self.
just
I
being
mean, unless
mediocre or something. Yeah.
yeah, but if you want more, and I really believe, I think there's really opportunity,
Mm,
Lula. If we think of how COVID, I think in a positive way, changed the world. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity. There is a need for us. I believe that, but there's a need for good
yeah.
um, teachers.
Yes, definitely. Very, very, very important. I think that's also what I was telling some people the other day when I was doing some work for my TEFL class that I give, is something that I think we forget about is that our students are little. They're like little children, and they're at school all day, like every day, even on the weekend sometimes. And it's so important that we bring fun and happiness and joy and positivity to their life, because maybe during the day, that's the only time they get that. So for you to be just a teacher that's like, okay, today I'm going to teach ABC. I'm going to teach dog. You know, that's not adding anything to the life of that child that's literally been at school all day. Like, you want to have fun with them and make some kind of impact, I think. Hello.
Sorry, Lula.
That's okay. No problem.
Um, no, it's the truth. It is the truth, and I think also, but this is what I said about perception. I mean, it's this perception. I mean, if you tell somebody, oh, you're going to teach somebody English, I think every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks, oh, well, I can do that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then daar gaat ons. You understand? It's not. But it's not. No, it's really not like that. And you have to bring in something else. You
Mhm.
need to bring in something unique.
Definitely. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I agree. With when you are speaking to new people, because I know you're recruiting now and you're doing all this stuff, and you're very, very often helping out the community of online teachers as well. What are some, or what is some advice that you would give to new teachers or people wanting to come into this industry?
Everybody that asks me about this, I tell them, I tell them, I mean, Google is your friend. We live in. I the other day I walked. The other day I walked into my daughter's room and she was like, "Hey Siri," I can't even remember what she asked Siri something, and I was like, "Are you asking Siri about homework?" And she was like, oh, I think it was a multiplication.
Multiplication.
Yes, question. It was like 13 times 9 or something. I don't even know. She's a grade 3. And I like, did you ask Siri this? And she's like, Nia. And like, you just asked Siri this. And she said, yeah, okay, I did. I asked her. And I'm like, no, you need to figure it out. But what I'm saying is, my daughter is in grade 3. And if she doesn't know something, she's like, hey Siri, we have a, I know this is totally off topic now, but our school that kids are in, we are part of Apple's, I think it's Think Ahead. We're a thinking school, so we
Okay.
do a lot of the Apple apps. Yes, that's why she's on the iPad. But anyway, but my daughter is in grade 3. 4, sorry, not grade 3. She's grade 4. Oh my goodness.
It's okay. You have 4 children.
Anyway,
It's hard to keep track.
yeah. Anyway, and if a child of that age knows, I don't know something, so let's ask Siri, or if I don't know, then you find out. There are so many resources out
Mm.
there, Lula. If you press search, you type in your thing and you press search ESL, online teaching, mock videos, demo videos, how to do an interview, what do you need, everything is out there.
Yeah.
But you still find people, and I'm saying this with the utmost respect, I really am, but you still find people not having a clue.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know how to explain this. I always, with my kids, I tell them, don't focus on the problem. Look at the solution.
Yeah.
A lot of the time somebody will say, well, I don't know. Or like you understand, they'll come and they say, well, I don't know how to do this. And I say, okay, well, now you don't know. But what now? Now you need to go and find out how
Yeah.
to do this. And
Yeah.
the solution isn't going to come walking to you. You are the person that needs to put in the effort to
Yeah.
find the solution.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just they want to, if I can tell you how many times people done this TEFL course and asked me, "May I please have your lesson plan that you did?" I spent 2 weeks on one lesson plan to make sure that when I started out, understand, to make sure
Yeah.
it's perfect. Now somebody else wants to come around and, oh, can I please have your lesson plan? What? You understand? What? Well, do it. I mean, you want to do this, and that
Yeah.
is, and for me, it is a very good indication about somebody's drive.
Mm.
Because if you're not keen to do the dirty work,
Yeah.
are you really going to be keen to do the rest of the stuff?
Yeah.
Because it's hard work. You can't just have the nice hello, laddie 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 part. You have to do the dirty work as well. We
Yeah.
can't just have the nice stuff. And that's really something that I want to tell. What I'd like to tell people is there are lots and lots. That's not actually the word I wanted to say, but the one I think I wanted to say is not going to be suitable. There are so many resources. There really are. I mean, I've seen you make videos. There are an enormous amount of videos. Before you even start, go and see what this entails.
Mm.
Go and see what the people do. How do I make an intro video? What is needed? You can't just sit there, hello, my name is da 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 da. I have a da 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 da. I'm Nanette and I have 5 years experience. Really, I like look at your face. I like look at the, and maybe this is not right, but if that video doesn't capture my attention in the first 10 seconds, I'm like, I'm not even watching this further. So you're wasting my time.
I think though that's the problem, if we're being honest, is when we are sending intro videos and stuff like that to companies, I think I've seen, obviously both of us have seen a lot of intro videos, right? Like I've seen people that are in like hoodies with all of these boxes and things around them. It looks terrible. It doesn't look professional at all. And I think the perception or the idea that they might have is, oh, I'm just making this, this person just needs to get to know me. But there are certain qualifications and things requirements that you need to meet for your intro video. So if you're going to look like that, just like you said, within the first 10 seconds, sorry, there's so many people out there that are looking for this position or want this position. You really need to make an effort in that intro video. If you're boring, you're just sitting there and like, low
No,
light, bad clothing, bad background, then it shows you haven't made any kind of effort. So yeah.
No, definitely. I think other thing is also when you get help, when somebody tells you, listen, and this is, I know you do this too. When you tell somebody, I mean, this is time consuming, right? It takes a lot of our time. And until they get hired, there's nothing in it for us.
No, not at all. But even if sometimes I do it, not even from like my companies, and then like, it's so true. You spend an hour with somebody or maybe more, or they're constantly sending you messages and what about this? What about this? What about this? It takes a lot of effort and energy out of us. And then at the end of the day, they don't even like implement anything. They just keep the same exact one that they sent you in the beginning. So
then why?
Yeah.
Why? I just told you what. And I'm not being mean. I'm really trying to help you. I see you struggle. I've seen you like for 3 months on this group. not finding work, not finding
Yeah.
work. Okay, let me see what's wrong. So you get the intro video and I'm like, of course I know why you're not getting a job. We need to change this. Let me help you. Let's change this. Let's start somewhere. You
Yeah.
give them all this advice, and then you get it back, and it's like they've done nothing or one thing.
At the end of the day, though, each to their own, that's it's really, I think we've spoken about it before. The amount of effort that you put in is the amount of effort that you'll get back. So, I think it really just depends on the person and how much they really want this, because I've also come to realize that some people think they want it and then they start the process and they realize, maybe this isn't what I wanted. Do you know what I mean? And they kind of like give up, which is quite sad because it's such a beautiful industry. But sometimes it's just not for everybody,
No,
you know?
definitely. I totally agree with you. And that is why when somebody comes to me and they ask me, how do I do the TEFL course? I said, well, first of all, you need to go and you need to go and check and see what it is. And if I have some videos of me teaching, I'll send that to them, and or I'll tell them, go and see what this is. This is what you are going to be able to do. And
Yeah,
if it's some people just don't have that type of personality. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, you think you are going to sit here and teach them ABC, and it's not that. And when you realize, okay, wacht 'n bietjie, this isn't what I thought it was, then you can make a decision.
yeah,
But now you do everything, and you've done the whole course, and now it comes to intro video, or it comes to doing a mock, or it comes to teaching, and you're like, I hate this and it's not for me. I think also that is when they start wasting our time because they're not all in. But yeah, when they reach out to me, that's one of the first things I tell them. I say, go and look exactly, Google, look around, ask people ask on Facebook, and then you have a better idea. And then
definitely.
when you feel okay, I want to do this, yes, then we can chat and get you on the way.
Yes, definitely. Tanya, I just have to say I'm super proud of you and how far you've come and how well you've progressed in such a short amount of time. I know you only started like when lockdown started, which is just over a year ago, right? No, a little bit more.
No, yeah, I did my TEFL in with the lockdown, but I actually only started in September of
Whoa, excellent. Yeah.
last year.
So
Yeah.
you've done so well. I mean, you're such a pillar of hope for especially new teachers too. I don't know if you want to share with people like the steps that you've taken, the things that you've done, all the schools that you've worked for, and now you're busy recruiting and you're part of this really cool new thing that I'm not going to mention more about because I know it's still in the process, but
Oh.
I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit. Just
Um, yeah, Lila, like I told you, I am a religious person, and I don't think that anything that's come my way or whatever is because I am this wonderful teacher or anything. I just told you, and I said also in my interview, there are lots of days when I sit here in front of the computer and wonder, I don't even know what I'm doing. Am I doing the right thing? But I think it's grace upon grace upon grace. I really, if I have to take where I came from, I mean, I knew nothing about this, and where I am today, it's only the Lord's provision that it is where I am, and I really believe it's doors that's been opened for me, and I've been placed in the right place, and like I said, it really is. If if I can't make a difference in somebody's life, I don't want to do this.
yeah.
That really is what I want to do. I want everybody that I teach or that I talk with, once they, if whether it's in person or whether it's over the laptop or whatever, I want them then when they're finished talking with me to step away and say, wow, not because of who I am, but that there's just something that's different. Yes, that we
Yeah.
bring hope and we make a difference and we really try to enrich people's lives. And
Yeah.
yeah, I really think that if it wasn't for the law, that I wouldn't have been anywhere I am. I mean, like you said, the new thing. I mean, this is something that I couldn't even. If you told me like a year ago, I would be like, no ways. I am actually, I have been. I'll just touch this briefly. I have been contacted. It was a school that I taught for, and I've been contacted by the head, or I'm not even exactly sure what the right word would be, of the school. So I am in partnership. We actually established a South African company together with them. I'm in partnership with them. We have I've got 50% shares in our new company. Yes, we are just going to change the world of ESL. I really hope so. I believe it. I think coming this far, and we have really had good going this far. I believe it's going to be cool. So yes, no,
Amazing.
it's grace upon grace. And also I think you have to believe in what we do. Because
Mm.
at the end of the day, when our hands are closed, and that's also another thing. Sorry, I know I'm blabbering, and I said I'm not going to blab. That's also another thing. When we give, when our hands are closed, we can't receive because the hands are closed. But when we give, I mean, our hands are open to get also. And
Yeah.
when I started out, and I knew nothing, and I had friends who were wonderful in my journey, who helped and who supported, and I had friends who weren't wonderful, who were secretive, who weren't really willing to help, who wouldn't tell me anything, who told me you'd never get a job, the market is oversaturated, it's difficult, it's this, it's that. And while it is the truth, I mean, like I told you, there are a lot. But I believe that there are so many possibilities for us out
Yeah.
there. And I said from the start, I said, I don't want to be one of those people that don't want to tell anybody about a good site where we can get
Yeah.
material. Or I don't want to be like that person who doesn't want to help anybody how to do a good intro. Or I don't want to share schools where I could teach because I'm selfish and I want to keep it all to
Yeah.
myself. I don't want to be like that. I mean, it rains over
Definitely.
everybody.
Mm.
So when we give, we are open to receive.
Definitely. Definitely. I really agree with that. Yeah, definitely. So I'm just processing. No, it's so true. It's
No.
very true. And I think when we do give and we give, I know we were kind of talking about it earlier. We were like, oh, these people don't listen. Um, but as much as we get that, we also get the people that really do receive the information well and do so well and become amazing teachers and get their job within the first couple interviews. And and that's really, really rewarding. And um, I think the same way that you do. Like, I would rather help people and they can take my position if it were to be that, than like keep everything to myself because maybe they're going to take my role. Because then it wasn't meant for me anyway.
Yeah.
So no, I
And then
totally agree.
I just believe that if they come and they take your position, I mean, you can elevate. There's the next one. There's something
Yeah,
else. It's
yeah.
here.
There's
There's
always
endless.
something.
Yes, there's
Yeah,
endless possibilities.
definitely.
But I think a lot of people are so in this rut of teaching, and I have to get the best job, and I have to keep this to myself. There's a wider picture.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
think that's when we need to focus on. We need to focus on the wider picture
Yeah, and
and not just.
supporting and helping each other. I think that's important too. I really love the groups that we're part of and that we're willing to share information and jobs, and it's really, really helpful in the community. So if you guys don't know about it yet, go and check out some Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups. Go check those out. They're really, really helpful for online teachers, especially new ones, or if you're just wanting to connect with more people in the community. All right. And to end off, Tanya, can you tell me 3 words that describe your teaching experience?
Oh, humbling, definitely humbling. Um, Exciting,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just say, okay, this is not just one word, but I just think, like I said, endless possibilities. Endless possibilities.
Yes, I
Really.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much for your time today, Tanya. I'm so happy I got to finally speak to you. And it's so good to see you again. It always is. I will chat to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Lula. Have a nice day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.